Welcome to the Half in the Bag Disc Golf Podcast, streaming to you as part of the Joe's Disc Golf Podcast Network. And here are your hosts, Ian, Joe, and RJ.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Half in the Bag Disc Golf Podcast. As always, my name is RJ. I'm coming to you from Northeast Indiana, and this week, I don't have my Jameson glass, but I am drinking Jameson.
Excellent choice.
Yes.
Excellent choice. I'm
Ian.
I'm hailing from the Chicagoland area. I don't have my goodness, what the hell brand is this? Pete's Coffee mug. But I'm drinking some decaffeinated Pete's Coffee because I wanted something that wasn't water, but I also don't have any booze. So
Now, real quick clarification. Do you actually have a Pete's Coffee mug?
I used to, but it got murdered at one of the theaters that it was at.
All right.
Large set piece coming, in, you kind of throw the coffee cup away and run. So
yeah. So, all right, Ian, let's really quickly get to our sponsor this week.
Hi.
Wait.
Joe. What? Who are you now?
Business Daddy, you're here?
Yes. I am drinking a whole lot of liquid IV in my LTT store water bottle, lttstore.com. Yes, I nerd out with...
Tag not a sponsor?
Yeah, pretty much. Definitely not a sponsor.
You're welcome, Linus. Like you need more exposure.
No shit. But their water bottles are actually really good.
They actually are really nice.
They're super nice. And the 40-ounce water bottle is the same as a 20-ounce price-wise. So, yes.
Get on that, Business Daddy.
Yeah. Do you know what the startup is for that? You got a couple $100,000 you want to lend me?
Oh, yeah. It's just buried in the backyard underneath the tree. Don't worry, I got it.
Right next to your diploma, right? That's where mine is, at least.
Ian, is that the money tree?
Yes, it is the money tree.
Oh, we're playing The Sims.
Yep.
Yes. Yes,
I played a tournament, so I am hydrating because it was humid as hell. It was awful. It was a good tournament, but the temperature and humidity were good old Midwest.
I will say
95% humidity and like
at one point it was like 98% humidity. It was awful.
Nice.
Oh man. That said, it did not get as humid as it could have because it did not rain.
Yes.
Today. It's just sometimes, yes. I know that you said that you got a little bit of rain yesterday. So really quickly, let's run through our sponsor today. Let's give a quick shout out to our amazing sponsor.
Yes.
Joe, do you remember how to do this ad read or?
I can't read. I went to Catholic school.
Touche. All right. Well, we'd like to thank our sponsor, our current and ever-present sponsor, joesdiscgolf.com.
With your host, who sometimes shows up.
Oh, man. Yes, we would like to thank them for lending us Joe from Joe's Disc Golf to appear on this Joe's Disc Golf Podcast Network show. But,
it's not distracting at all, is it?
No. Hang on. Do you have an Illinois t-shirt on? Is that what that is? Illinois football?
Yes. No,
or just Illinois? Well, I wasn't sure if it had the face mask at the bottom because I can only see like
this
part.
No, it's just a circle. I have a whole bunch of Illinois basketball shirts from back in the day when they were really good. Yeah.
So,
and also had the Chief on them at that point in time.
And had the Chief. I miss the Chief.
He's still there. He's just,
Chief.
Yeah.
Chief Illini?
Yep.
Yeah, he's just doesn't show up on the field. That's all.
Yeah.
So, did Illinois do what Land of Lakes did, where they got rid of the Native American and kept the land?
Yep. Nailed it.
Ian, have you not seen that picture?
Oh yeah, no, I have. Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's. I enjoyed that one. It was not lost on me.
Yes. Oh man, I don't think Land of Lakes is going to be sponsoring us anytime soon. But circling back to our person that is sponsoring us, or website that is sponsoring us, check out joesdiscgolf.com for all of your news and opinions in everything disc golf.
I have those opinions.
Do you though? Do you
Sometimes.
really? Okay.
Sometimes.
Well,
I have a few.
how many of your opinions involve Paul McBeast being wrong? I almost said it, Ian, and then I didn't.
One.
There you go.
I disagree with the take, but I agree with his reasoning, which he has been consistent on since 2016.
Well, at least he's consistent.
His reasoning is that there needs to be more transparency in how these rulings come down. Because there isn't. It just goes off into the magical land of PDGA, which is in Georgia, and then they disseminate a ruling, and we know
absolutely nothing about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that. But anyway, get your news and opinions from joesdiscgolf.com. If you want to get stronger, get healthier, working in your disc golf game, visit Disc Golf Healthy. Visit discgolfhealthy.com, where you can also find. Oh, Joe's broken. Oh boy, where we are.
So Ian.
Oh man,
he's laughing.
Am I doing this podcast on my own?
Yes.
Oh man, this isn't. All right. Bye, everyone. Good night. All right. Anyway.
Podcast. We did it, guys. High five.
Shortest podcast of the year.
8 minutes long, including the 1 minute of BSing before we actually started.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, man. So anyway, yes, you can go to discgolfhealthy.com to find all sorts of different exercises and tips for keeping you and your arm healthy during throwing. I think one of those tips is don't scratch it on a thorn bush, but I could be wrong.
Yes, I followed that advice today.
You did. And you made other people get your discs out of the thorn bush.
I was going to go grab it, and you're like, whoa, it's right here. Austin also went for it before I did, as I'm
that's true.
Trying to crawl out of said thorn bush.
Yeah, he had two people.
You've got the rolly bag. You just attach one of those, like, I'm old or I've had a broken bone, like little grabbers. You know, you get just.
So I have a 16-foot extendable pole that you can get like a gator.
Don't lie. I've talked to Kate. I've talked to your wife.
I see what you did there.
Oh man.
Well, this episode is PG-13.
So I don't.
Let's see if we can push that rating.
I don't know if I should feel good or bad when Austin said, "What did he say?" He's like, "Oh, I just need to." Oh, I said it. I made a joke. I was like, "Oh, you just got to rub one out quick." And he's like, I knew you were going to say that. That's something you'd say. I was like, I don't know if I should feel good or bad about that.
Yeah, at least you're consistent. On brand.
You should feel good. You should
on
feel
brand.
Yes, on brand. So I don't know that our sponsors gave any more plug today. We just keep going off on tangents.
This brand is turning into a dumpster fire slowly.
Oh, man. So let's, Ian, did you get any disc golfing in this week?
I did, actually. I took the old Stream Bean over to the 9-hole course by Mahoose, the Castaldo Park. And I just uploaded, for Joe's viewing pleasure, the video that I took because my phone took too high of a quality of video to put on Discord. And I feel like
it was above 480p.
Yeah, basically. But I've just uploaded it for Bean. He's got the world's longest drive for a 3-year-old, and his first ace Now note, it was not a regulation drive. Because he saw me like just absolutely rip this one drive. I was just like, oh yeah, that was good. I knew it landed somewhere close to the basket, but when I got up there, it was actually parked just underneath the basket. Good little nice little hop. I was like, nice little 180, perfect throw there. And Bean just was like, you know what, screw this. And so he just takes off running. So he's just hoofing it the whole 180 yards, going da, 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 and then just slams it right into the chains. And he's like, yeah, I did it. I was like, good job, bud.
Yeah.
Oh man,
he was like, go to the park. I was like, okay, we'll go to the park.
Yes. Now run back to the T-pad, basically.
Yep, pretty much.
How far into your round did you get?
Oh, that was hole number 2.
Okay. Just for clarification there.
So not very.
No,
Yeah,
that was hole number 2. I basically got to warm up and be like, okay, well, I guess that's dead.
Yep.
I will admit, I think Bean threw about as many shots as I did this week. So, because I've been dealing with a little bit of forearm tightness this week, and finally have it worked out. But I did not really feel like throwing a.
Shut up, Joe.
I didn't say anything.
No, go ahead and say it, because it's apparently something that you would say.
No, I'm good.
Okay, good. So I finally got my forearm feeling better, and I haven't had a chance to go disc golfing because I've been really busy this week. And we had people coming in to finish our basement, so couldn't really leave the house for that.
Yeah, what? How much more sheetage did you have to move around, or was it just finishing touches?
Oh no, they came in and did all the hanging and the mudding and the taping and that type of thing. So when they're done,
that is
when they're done, we'll be able to paint.
That's so nice.
But we still have to bring our plumbers back in to do some plumbing. I'm not sure exactly, but anyway.
So you go with carpet or tile in the basement?
Oh, we are not doing carpet.
Good choice.
Well, so we're doing a wet bar, except we're doing the wet bar along the back wall, so it's not really like its own space. So we were like, well, we could do like tile or vinyl for part of it, or we could just vinyl the whole thing and put an area rug down. And we were like, let's just, because it's a basement and we've already had it flood once.
Oh, geez.
Well, we were really lucky to spot it, because I just happened to go down there Super Bowl Sunday to grab something from one of my friends whose houses we were going to. And I was like, oh, there's water down here. That's not right. Mm-hmm. But we figured it out, and it shouldn't happen like that again, we think.
Yep.
If they actually bury our sump pump line like they're supposed to. So, yay.
It's the little things in life.
Yeah, like burying the sump pump line.
Yeah.
Because originally it went over to our neighbor's yard, and for some reason they didn't appreciate that. Who knew?
Yeah.
But anyway, now Joe, I know that you played some disc golf.
A little bit.
Yeah? You want to talk about it, or did it not go that well?
It went much better than the last couple tournaments I played in. The last couple tournaments I played in were smaller and C tiers. This was a B tier. This was the Three Rivers Open 37th annual, and it was sponsored by Discraft, which was a little surprising. Mostly because when I started, it bounced between sponsored by Innova and Dynamic Discs, because the two guys who ran the club at the time, one was DD, one was Innova. So now I think they got a good deal from Discraft. So I don't blame them. I don't care. Tournament went well. We got kind of wet on Saturday. It poured rain for hole 1, sprinkled in hole 2, and then just humid after that. And I came out of that feeling like I didn't shoot bad, but I didn't shoot good. Turns out I shot 4 down with 4 bogeys, I think, from the first round. And that was good enough to get me in a 5-way tie for 7th place.
Nice.
And then I had the world's greatest caddy, RJ. He actually did help. It was a help. He's not allowed to play this tournament next year because he has to caddy.
Which means that I can't get a PDGA number so I can play the tournament. So I think it
Yes.
works out for me.
So it was actually really fun. I was at Tillman Park. I shot lights out. I had 12 birdies out of 19 holes and 3 bogeys. I shot 9 down. I shot 60 points over my rating. I shot a 985, which is a career high.
Oh, did it settle on 85?
Or 82. Either
Still.
way. Still.
Yeah. Still
3 points
phenomenal. Yeah.
Yes.
3 points to the 10th of a mile an hour of wind, or
basically
slightly more OB or something. I don't know.
Basically.
Nobody knows.
Which got me 4th place, a tie for 4th, and $120 in funny money. So got more than my entry fee back. Turns out, according to one of the guys that was looking at the live scoring, after hole 15, I had the outright lead. I didn't know this. I did not look at scores. RJ didn't look at scores. I didn't care to ask.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to be looking at scores?
Oh, I don't care. You didn't tell me, so I don't care.
No, I wasn't looking at scores because I'm like, if I know that I'm going to either get excited or something and be like, oh, hey, Joe, guess what?
Well, I birdied hole 15, which hole 15, I definitely took a stroke on the field. Like not many people were going to birdie that hole. Hole 16.
No, and you had a fairly easy birdie on that one too.
Hole 16, I gave that birdie right back because I bogeyed a hole that most people won't bogey. Because I don't know. I threw it a little softer than I should have, trying to avoid a branch and hit the tree, and ended up at the bottom of a ravine that I actually said to RJ, I was like, I can't remember the last time I've ever been down here. This is the hole I come up to. If I'm having a bad day or a bad round, I'm like, sweet. Hole 16, little chip stock forehand shot for me. No problem. Pin it. Birdie, go on. Not this time.
Well, that's the one when we were playing Tillman that you aced.
No, it
different.
That was 18. Yeah, it was 18. Because 18 was the one I kept saying I was eagling a lot.
Okay, I was thinking it was 16. I'll have to check the UDisc because I would have sworn it was 16 but it was from White.
It was from White, yeah, because we played Whites that day.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm fascinated because I would have sworn it was something else. But anyway, go on. Tell your story.
So going well, get to hole 19, get away with one for sure. End up going and skirting through some trees, kick off a tree at the end up back in the fairway. Throw a great upshot, miss the birdie putt, which would have given me outright 3rd place. Go figure.
Yep.
Hole 10 was actually a really good drive. I had a really good drive and a really good upshot. Instead of going around the tree, I went through it on my upshot.
Nice.
And I hit a whole bunch of leaves, did not hit a branch. It went straight through and hit the pole. I missed my line and got away with something.
Man, someone or something was smiling on you.
That would be Jesus.
Yes. Because there was another one that you would have sworn that you were not parked on. Or no, you would have sworn that you had a terrible shot on and you were parked.
Which hole was that?
That was... Okay, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I threw that I thought it was way too high. I must have got caught in a branch and it must have redirected down, because one of the other guys who threw the shot I wanted, he threw it lower. Other than that exact same shot, he was like 15 feet back into the weeds.
Yeah, he hit the one gap behind the back guardians.
Yeah. So
he got really unlucky.
That was weird. But overall, great tournament. Shot 9 down on that second round.
Yep.
Which was not the hot score. I think the hot round was 11.
Ooh. Yeah, I think so. Because someone else that was
11.
tied for 7 finished 2 strokes better. Finished 2 strokes better than you.
Yep.
In a tie for second.
Yep. Yeah, 11, 10, and then 3 of us shot 9 down.
Yep.
So,
as you kept saying today, only losers shoot 9 down.
Yeah, because I was joking with the other guy that was on the card with me, Nate. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, I shot 9 down. And he goes, yeah, you jerk. I shot a 9 down, too. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess losers shoot 9 down. I was on 2 really good cards. Like, the people for both of them were really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the card today. It was, you could tell that you guys were all being very competitive, but you weren't.
It wasn't,
doing so in a way that was detrimental to the other people.
Yeah.
It's like when on 12 when the guy's drive came back in and all 3 of you were just like, nice, and really excited for him.
It barely came back in.
Yep.
Like it came back in by like 2 feet, 3 feet, something like that.
Yeah. Well, and then the other guy said that his drive was out of bounds by that much too. I'm like, oh, buddy.
Yeah. We were all like, oh no. And then I crushed that drive.
Yeah, that was you said that one might have been a PR for you.
Because we lasered it on the way for the upshot. I think I was 250 out.
Yeah, that sounds right. I don't remember exactly. I remember you lasering it though.
Okay, so I think I was about 250 out. Because that's why I was like, what do I throw? My Justice or my Felon? Justice.
Yeah.
So, and I won't, on how high I threw it and how much hyzer I threw it on, I won't throw it past 250. It gets too uncontrollable. But looking at hole 12, 686. So I threw it 430-ish, give or take.
Yeah, straight down the pipe.
Yeah.
I mean, that fairway is as open as basically any fairway you're going to play in that tournament. But
it is basically grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
And good wind. I was able to, I flexed out my Sheriff on a forehand and just let it go. And
it just kept going.
It just did not stop. Even I was like, wow, that's holy shit.
Yeah. Yep.
But then I ended up with 6 discs after. Technically 7. I gave my caddy a disc.
Yep. I got
as a payment
1/7 of his tournament winnings.
Basically, yeah. Actually, no, it was a 10th.
Yeah, it was a 10th because I got a $12 putter.
No, it was less than that because I got $2 off for being a club member.
Correct. Yeah.
It was $112.
Oh man. I gotta talk to my agent about getting me on a better payment schedule. Jeez.
So I wanted to pick up some discs because I already have backups of everything I need. So I wanted to pick up some discs that I've never thrown before, believe it or not. I guess technically I have thrown the Buzz, but it was the one that you found that it had no name and it's beat up.
Yeah. I have no idea how long it was sitting under or in the leaves at PFW before it was found by me.
Yeah. Sketchy Buzz.
Mm-hmm. I picked up a Wasp, which is supposed to be a little more stable than that. Yeah. We'll see. I was recommended to get the A2 and 300 soft plastic from Prodigy. Supposed to be, Dave described it as between the zone, or no, between The Zone and
No.
the Justice.
Yep.
So I'll be curious how that flies.
Can we trust Dave though? Dave
I
sounds
guess.
shady.
Yes.
He has a
Yes,
big
because
bushy
Dave
beard.
saved me at least a stroke at Outfitters Open.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
Fine,
that he
Dave.
drew the line.
This
For
one
OB.
time, Dave.
And then I've got I don't think released yet, the Chris
Clemente.
Clemens Culprit, which is a very pretty disc. I like the stamp. It's also supposed to be like a Zone. We'll see. I've got the Kona Escape, just as another
It's so
backup.
cool.
Yeah.
And then one that will go on the wall, the Halloween Buzz, which is just a cool stamp.
Yeah. We'll look for that one on Disc of the Week this week, which we have not gotten submissions for recently. So there's been no Disc of the Week. But I think that disc is going to restart the tradition if the social
I hope
media
so.
coordinator remembers.
So yeah, it was
If not, there's next week.
a really good tournament. And I will say having a caddy definitely helped. He kept me distracted in a good way. Didn't overthink too much, which is exactly why I screw everything up when I play by myself.
Even though there were a couple holes where I'm like, well, I don't know. Should you try this or?
So secretly, he was
Sometimes
just
it
like,
works.
Yeah.
"Here, Joe, this is the not Budweiser water bottle. Just
Yeah.
hydrate with this."
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. As hot as it was, he would have noticed if it was Budweiser.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
well,
Yeah, the Bud Heavies wouldn't have been good.
No,
No,
Yeah.
you
You
gotta
would
go
need
something
some-
like Keystone Ice or Keystone
Oh,
Select. if
Have
we're
you
getting
guys
fancy.
tried
Oh.
Have you guys tried or have you guys even seen the Bud Light Next that they've released?
No.
no.
It's a beer with 0 carbs. Yeah, I saw that and I'm just like, so it's not beer? I don't understand how this works.
Hard seltzer with beer flavoring?
I don't know. I tried it when I did the brewery tour,
Yeah, how was
and
that?
I was just kind of like, the brewery tour is great. I love doing the brewery tour.
Oh yeah, I've done that one too. It's awesome.
Yeah. I did not. I could have drank one of the Bud Light Nexts, but it didn't really have a whole lot of flavor for me. Jamie enjoyed it though. My wife enjoyed it. So
Okay.
which she does not drink beer, so
That should
was
say something.
Yes. I think if you're not a beer drinker, you
Mhm.
might enjoy that. That said,
Yeah.
I think my mother-in-law, who is also not a beer drinker, did not enjoy it.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
I guess it depends on your taste, just like every other beer ever.
In the world? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for all the beer companies to start saying that they're plant-based beer, and it's like, well, yeah, no shit.
Yes. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't yet.
All
Which
right.
makes
All right.
me wonder what is actually in some of those.
Oh man. Okay. So when we release the gnarly ball crusher,
Yes.
we'll need to specify that it's specifically vegan friendly.
It is plant-based.
Yes.
Oh man. Have you guys ever tried the plant-based like protein and stuff like that?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I've had the Impossible Whopper. Surprisingly good.
I really want to. I've never tried like the Impossible brand stuff.
Not
I
worth
really want
I-
to try that at some point.
I don't think
grilled
it's worth
some
the
up.
upcharge, but
That's my concern, is that every time I see it on a menu, it's like at least $2-3 more than your base protein. And I'm just like, it's not worth it to try it.
yeah.
It's one of those scale of economics things. If they start to get more popular, it is something that you could potentially have at a much more discounted rate.
Mm-hmm.
It's because right now the stores aren't carrying it in large quantities, so they charge more because blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
But with the prices of beef, chicken, etc., the way they are, you're very quickly starting to now get to a point where it's like, yeah, it's almost the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see when I was grocery shopping earlier today, I did see some Impossible branded patties.
Yeah, I cooked up some Impossible patties just yesterday, actually. First time putting them on the grill. So I followed their instructions like, as if it was the letter of God. I was like, I will not deviate. I will make sure that these are cooked And I'm like, okay, because I'd gotten the heat at where you would usually cook like ground chuck.
Yeah.
And so they're like, 2 minutes each side. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it this time. They were a little drier. They still had some moisture to them, but I was like, yeah, if I'm doing the same heat I would for like ground chuck, that's like probably a minute and a half on each side, and they'll be cooked through. Just a little juicy, but I made a horseradish mayo and a Raising Cane's styled sauce, so that way you could throw those on the burgers, and cheese.
Nice.
And pretty much everyone was of the same opinion. If I hadn't told them, they would have just been like, oh yeah, you just got like a generic, grocery brand store ground chuck burger. Like, Yep.
That's good to know. That's good to know. I really enjoy throwing really kind of random stuff in my burgers. One time I might even still have these patties. I did a blend of bison and lamb. Yeah, it was
both fairly lean meats.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it was good. I'm not entirely sure that I had my full sense of taste when I tried those. So like I seasoned them really well, but I'm like, okay, I don't know that there are any. I couldn't taste a huge difference between like that and I usually get fairly lean beef anyway. I'm that idiot in the store getting the 95% lean stuff anyway. So, but
it's better for your arteries.
It is, and that's part of why I try and do it. I try to get that leaner beef.
Kind
of. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not as bad.
Yes. I go with the 93.7. Yeah.
That's usually kind of the sweet spot of where it doesn't get too pricey, but it's still lean
better
enough.
Than the 80-20.
Yeah.
Or the 70-30.
Oh,
like carries.
I'll see that sometimes. And I'm just like, oh no, but my heart just hurts seeing that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of ground chuck you're going to pick up for when you're like, I'm going to be making these while I'm really hungover, and I want to pretend that I'm at Denny's.
Yes. Yes.
And you're just man. Cure the hangover. Here we go. Slather myself in some meat grease. All right.
Bacon.
See, I don't necessarily want super greasy when I'm hungover. I want like carb, all the carbs.
Give me some bacon grease. Just give me a glass of it.
I'm a bread person. Person.
RJ, I'm with you, and this is why I will go to Portillo's and I will pick up a big Italian beef.
Yes.
And I'll have them dip it so it's extra wet, and you're just like, okay, here we go. Okay. And it doesn't actually do anything. It's just a mental,
it really
placebo effect. But
no, my go-to is always pepperoni pizza.
Oh, yeah, that's a good choice too. I like it. Mm-hmm.
My go-to is pepperoni pizza, but because it's got that right carbiness to it, but then it's also got a little bit of grease, and
of
course the dairy is.
Which brand you buy, it could have a lot of grease.
Yeah.
I usually go Red Baron, so it's not that much.
Okay, yeah.
I get the fancy stuff. I'm bougie.
DiGiorno.
Surprisingly, Aldi's brand of pizza, the Mama Cozy brand, is they're really good.
Mama Cozy is
it's
chef's
so
kiss.
Good.
I was like, what?
And it's
what
cheap.
Is this?
Aldi is the MVP of stores, and I will not be persuaded otherwise on that.
No,
there's a hot take for our episode. What 10 episodes ago now?
That is where I do 95% of my shopping.
I know.
We had to get like typically in a typical week, unless we have like name brand stuff that we are getting, like Red Baron pizzas. Mm-hmm. We do so much of our shopping at Aldi, which they also have a good selection of meat. Because we got salmon there once, and we were just kind of like, okay.
Oh yeah, I get my salmon from there because they don't freeze it, so it smokes really well for smoked salmon.
Yes. I think that's also where we got our bison for those burgers I was talking about.
I'll need to stop by Aldi because I want to smoke something.
And it's not.
Well, you play disc golf, so
yes. You know what? I'm surprised we didn't smell any weed at all.
I mean, tournaments are a lot. Tournaments usually
not with
have
some of the
less.
people that I play with.
I mean, that's fair, but like they're usually at least far more discreet when it's a tournament as opposed to just going on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like that's when you're like, yes, the serious disc golfers are out.
Yes. Although I wouldn't be surprised. There are a couple guys that I know make brownies. So that's probably, while they're out on the round, how they can get away with it, essentially.
Oh, yeah, they've got to, keep their energy high with those.
Got a carbo load.
Yeah. They got to get those high carbohydrates.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But they were two. The first one was an accidental pun. Yeah. The second one was very much intentional.
Yes.
We should call them Rocky Mountain carbohydrates now.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the Rocky Mountain oysters.
That is totally different.
Yes. Very much so, but
oh man.
Oh no, we have devolved. Okay.
We are so far off.
Okay, so really quickly while we're on this tangent. So my dog's birthday is tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yesterday for those that are listening to this when it comes out. But anyway, assuming that it gets out on time.
It's
Joe.
I haven't been late.
Anyway, so my dog's birthday is tomorrow / yesterday, if when you're listening to this. And we went to the pet store today to get her something for her birthday because it's her first birthday, and we're suckers for that type of BS.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how many curse words we had used, so I decided to use the shortened version to keep it to make sure that we keep our PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
But anyway, so one of the bandanas that we found, and we have a girl dog, so this wouldn't have been good for her, but she does love playing fetch, and it was, the bandana said, "Have you seen my balls?"
Nice.
Well, no, you're a girl dog.
Played.
Oh man, yes, and we are responsible.
Mm-hmm.
We are a responsible pet owners, so we have gotten our dog spayed. Yes, I was like spayed. No, neutered.
Yes.
No, spayed. Yes, spayed.
Good job listening to Bob Barker.
Yes, we have spayed and neutered our pets.
Yes.
We have no boy pets, so we have not neutered them. But
that reference I made might also fly over the head of quite a few people who don't remember The Price is Right.
I don't remember him ever saying that with The Price is Right.
At the end.
You, sir, have not been paying attention when you were sick as a child.
Yes.
He said it every show.
Yes.
He really?
Every show, man. That was part of his sign off.
Yeah.
Remember, get your pets spayed and neutered.
Yep. I think we broke RJ.
We've
broken RJ. He's like, my entire childhood memory is a lie.
Yes.
I gotta go find an old YouTube clip of Bob Barker's sign off.
Yeah. The price is wrong, bitch.
Now we're back into the R rating. Jeez, Joe. Editor's going to have to do some serious work on this one.
No, we're
Yeah,
okay. We
probably
haven't
not.
dropped any F-bombs, so we're good.
Mother...
Well, okay, that's it. There we go.
What
now
the
we've lost her.
Mother Frolf.
Yes.
Mother Frolfer.
Oh, man. Can you tell that we haven't done a show with all three of us together in a while?
A little
It
bit.
has been quite a while.
It really has been.
There's always been one of us who just can't, for whatever reason, don't have the intestinal fortitude to survive an episode, apparently.
Oh, man. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Lots of mistakes.
So let's get to our... Let's see. We are now 40 minutes into this episode.
Yes.
And let's get into our, I guess, topic for... Thank you, Ian.
You're welcome.
Thank you. In our group chat, Ian just sent a YouTube clip of this fan new to your pet. Oh man, that's a reference for a whole two of us.
Yeah.
Doing my job.
Oh,
Nailed it. Maybe I'll just include it as one of the cards that pops up on YouTube.
You should include it in the doobly-doo down in the episode description.
Oh,
We'll
man.
definitely have to make it somehow part of the episode title.
Yes.
But no, I think that's just the episode title. It's episode 31. Remember to spay and neuter your pets.
Remember to spay and neuter your disc golfers.
No, please don't.
There's plenty of people who probably should. Let's be honest here.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, now that my cheeks hurt from laughing too much, let's talk about our one topic that we actually have. So Worlds is coming up this week, which I mean,
Next
I
week.
think that
No, it's this week.
I thought you said it was
30th.
this week.
Today is Sunday, so unless you're starting your week on Saturday, no,
No, it
it'd
starts
still
the
be-
30th. Practice rounds
Sorry.
start this week.
practice rounds start this week. Yes.
Yes, correct. So let's. Well, do we want to do a tight 20 on what happened last year? Specifically, that one specific shot that nobody has ever seen or heard of.
Oh, God.
Are you talking about the
Holy shot.
the miracle whip shot? Suck that can.
Oh man! Hang on, I'm trying to remember from the names episode, from the tier episode, what you called James Conrad. I feel like it was down there, like as like white bread or
Wonder
might have
Bread.
actually
Yeah,
Wonder
he was,
Bread.
he was Wonder
he was
Bread.
Wonder Bread.
Yes.
Yes,
James
the Wonder Bread shot.
Conrad. The Wonder Bread shot, yes.
Oh man, yes.
Oh.
I think I actually like that better.
I think so, too.
Yeah. We'll have to try and get that to catch on, but yeah. So do we want to do a tight 20 on the Wonder Bread shot?
We're gonna zoom in on it. We're gonna follow the disc, and then we're gonna cut out and just include some advertisers, and then just be like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
MVP.
Even the guy who doesn't actually know that much about professional disc golf knows what
Has
this
seen
is.
that shot,
Like,
yes.
Fortunately, after the first month and a half, and a lot of disc golfers were like, great shot, great moment at disc golf. Please stop playing that ad every other commercial. Please. And they did. I appreciate
They
that.
listened.
If you want
Or-
to play it like once per round, so twice per day, essentially. So once for the men, once for the women. Okay, that's great.
Let's
But
get some other disc golf advertisements, like the one where the guy is all hyped up for the perfect round and then bans the putt.
yeah.
Ian, I don't know if you've seen that one.
I don't, but like I'm just envisioning it, and I'm like, I feel like I understand where we're going with this.
Yep.
Yep. Yep, it was. I remember that one because I was just like, okay, this ad is boring. This ad is boring. This ad is. Oh, this ad is phenomenal.
I love it.
Oh, it's so relatable. I don't remember who that was an advertiser.
It'll be nice when we look back at this at some point and go, remember when we complained about actual disc golf commercials that they played too frequently instead of the same Volkswagen commercial that plays 16 times in the same hour?
See, here's the thing. I don't watch TV all that much anymore.
It's true.
Like, I'll watch YouTube and I get the same ad constantly, but usually I can skip it after 5 seconds.
I've never thought about this, but I watch a lot of soccer. I enjoy soccer. Hence the St. Louis FC shirt for the now defunct St. Louis Football Club.
Woo!
Yeah. But anyway, so I remember watching it was La Liga on EN Sports, and I remember them showing the same ad. I can clearly envision this ad that was for the Leeds like promotional advertisement, as it's not just football, it's La Liga.
Yeah.
And I can clearly remember that, and I'm like, I wonder how many times they had to jam that in, because with soccer you get the 30-minute pregame show, you get the 15-minute halftime show, and then you get the 15-minute postgame show, and I'm like, I wonder how many times they had to jam that in like the 10-minute lead up and the 15 minutes in between ads for me to like have that thoroughly ingrained in my head.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, it was a lot.
It must have been. Otherwise, I watched way more Barcelona games than I remember watching. And now I just watch them. It's sad. They're such a mess.
Yep.
That's how I feel as a Bears fan. They're such a mess.
At least there's not. At least the Bears aren't like billions of dollars in debt.
That we know of.
I was gonna say that may or may not be a true statement.
They're in Chicago. They could owe millions to some mafia, multiple mafias, gangs, whatever.
So moving on.
Just gonna not get shot. Thank you very much. I'm gonna.
You're welcome.
Not my words.
You're pointing the wrong way on my screen.
On my screen, you're pointing the wrong direction.
Nope. Yep.
Nope. First one. There you go.
No.
He's that way. All right. I guess to get it accurate on my screen, he's that way.
Yes. I'd go over there. The baggage cart's over there.
Oh, man. I love
Airplane.
Going back to
disc golf.
This year.
Surely that wasn't an airplane reference.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am.
Roger.
Surely.
What's your vector, Victor? Nice.
Roger.
Jinx. Oh, your Coke.
Oh, man.
That's right. I had the salmon. Or no, I had the lasagna.
Yeah.
Our choices were steak or fish. That's right. I had the lasagna.
I love that. That is one of, I think, 4 movies that I have downloaded on my iPad to just watch whenever I'm traveling, along with A Knight's Tale and...
Oh, okay.
Good choices.
Okay.
Dark Knight is the other one.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, did you know that someone on my screen that I'm pointing to can be seen in the Dark Knight?
What?
Yes.
You have to pause it or know exactly where you're
Yes.
going for because I'm an extra in the background. But yes, I was in the. Oh goodness!
Were you a prisoner?
No.
I was part of the funeral scene and part of the hospital escapes scenes. So those were my 2 scenes. So very quickly, my short recap of those, because otherwise we'll be here for another hour.
I know.
I did get to talk to Heath Ledger while he was in Joker makeup, because he bumped into my friend, and Christopher Nolan had ordered a stop of moving extras because he was like, I don't like the camera position. So he was just trying to decide what he wanted to do. So we were told, stop, don't move. And we're like, okay. And so Heath Ledger bumps into my buddy Tim, and he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He was the nicest guy. He was like, I heard the director, you guys aren't supposed to move. I wasn't paying attention. It's not your guys' fault. Like, how are you guys doing? It's the middle of June and you're wearing, stuff you would be wearing for December. And we're like, it's hot.
It kind of sucks.
So we got to have a nice minute and a half conversation with Heath Ledger. Very polite. And then we're told to move on. Gary Oldman put his head in between my buddy Tim and my shoulders, and then Christopher Nolan was like, I don't like that tree behind them. Go to the other side of the street. We're like, damn it.
No.
So that did not actually make it into the movie, but we were there. We knew that happened. But the scene you can see me in specifically is when Christian Bale rides the motorcycle through the alleyway and parks it next to the building. We walk across the alleyway opening in the background, and you can tell because there's a very tall blonde fellow and me carrying a
was it your green
briefcase, but it had a strip of green fabric on the front.
Wait, when was that one now?
That was the scene where he's riding the regular crotch rocket up
cycle?
to not the bad cycle,
Oh.
the regular crotch rocket up to the alleyway to park into the warehouse. I forget
He was
exactly.
undercover.
Yeah,
That
he
was
was
the scene
undercover.
where the sniper was shooting at the Harvey Dent funeral.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was all during that funeral procession.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey Dent?
Was that Harvey Dent?
No.
No.
It was, Judge.
Just
Yeah.
Sir.
No, the commissioner.
the commission.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. We'll get this eventually.
Yeah.
And that
Hey!
concludes Half in the Bag
Half in the
movie
Bag.
reviews from
Oh,
movies that came out in 2008.
filming was end of 2007.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably my favorite Batman movie, which means that it ranks up there pretty highly.
Yeah.
It's not actually my favorite Heath Ledger movie. Because probably my favorite movie of all time is The Knight's Tale.
It's a good movie.
It's an underrated movie.
It is a fun movie.
It really is.
Absolutely.
But-
Well, I'll tell you more stories later.
Yeah.
We won't,
Yes,
we
I
won't
want
bore the
to.
people.
I want to hear all the stories. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so
Worlds.
yes,
Okay.
Worlds.
Yes.
Worlds.
We're circling back.
RJ,
Oh,
eventually.
man.
but Batman? Tell me more Batman. Worlds, no
But
Batman.
Batman.
Or Batman.
What about Catman? Are we talking Fairly Odd Parents?
Slava
Yeah.
Juice? Or, no, Green Goose Lava Juice.
Yeah.
Grey Goose?
Great. Oh man,
We're so far off the rails.
Oh my goodness.
were we ever on the rails on this episode?
No.
Speaking of far off the rails, as I'm looking
How
at this
about
map,
Worlds?
as someone who's much newer into this, there's so much OB. Dear God, I'm looking
No.
at this map and I'm just like, so how do I throw a disc anywhere? Do I?
Not only is it
What?
OB, but look at the course length. It's 10,000 feet, I think.
Yeah, it's
So
It
it's
is-
not like it's short.
no.
Even by pro standards, this is a long course.
And I get it in that yes, Kansas is much like Nebraska and all of the Midwest for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
It's flat. It doesn't really do much because it's flat. It might be windy, but that's about it.
Not this time
So-
of year, though.
We'll find out.
Mhm.
It's been surprisingly windy lately.
Hey Joe,
Yeah.
what is your rating?
920 something.
Okay, you could be in this field.
No, what?
Yeah.
Are
There's
you
the guy
looking at
with
the men or the women?
The men.
Okay.
The 2022 PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Championships presented by Dynamic Discs.
Interesting.
And there are 2 guys that are within 15 points a year. Probably more than that. There's probably 3 guys that are within 15 points a year rating.
What are they rated?
Well, one guy is rated 913. I wish him all the best.
Oh.
And then there's 2 at 937 and 1 at 941.
Well, I wouldn't have been the lowest person there. That's for
Correct.
sure.
Yeah.
And who knows? I could get a nice ratings bump because, all the high level people there and all the OB.
You know who else is in this field? You would not
Scott
be the
Stokely.
only local person.
Kevin Fodry.
No, Elijah Bickle.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
It was Fodry, but
He's pro now. He turned pro.
Yeah. Well, I know that he's sponsored. I don't know if you actually
There are a couple people that are still AMs that are sponsored. Yeah.
Like
gotta get practice somehow, though.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you're not going to place in the tops, at least you're like getting some good practice. Getting to
Yeah,
watch them.
That dude who is rated. Oh, there's 2 guys from Peru.
Who's the other guy?
Who's the other person? Trayvon Crow.
He's good.
I have no knowledge of him.
I think
Honestly,
I played
sounds
with
like
him.
a superhero name.
Yes.
Like
I wanna
Trayvon
watch-
Crow. You're like,
I want to watch
It
The
does.
Crow now
I
with Brandon Lee.
sure.
That was a good movie.
Okay. Oh, there's someone from. Do you know where Dyer, Indiana is?
Yep. It's over on the border by Illinois.
Oh, so it's region.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's someone from the region then.
Yep.
There's also someone from Oswego in. Oh wait, that's Gavin Rathbun. It's from
Oswego, Illinois.
did he just say Oswego?
Yes, he did. And Fuego. Oswego.
In Fuego, Illinois.
Sorry,
Oswego.
it's not.
It's Oswego.
It's
Sorry.
Oswego.
Now
We should
now
play
I
the
feel-
game. We should play the game. How do you say these Wisconsin cities?
Oh,
Dear God.
no. It's exactly how they're spelled.
Here's the thing. I felt bad for my brother-in-law. He moved here. He grew up in California, and we're going up to Wisconsin. We're like, how do you say that one? How do you say that one?
No.
How do you say
that's-
that one?
That's mean.
That was my in-laws doing that to him.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was amazing. He's like, I'm probably going to say this wrong. And we're like, you weren't even close.
All
You
right,
didn't
all
put
right.
enough invisible letters in that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are 3 people from Wisconsin in the world's field on the MPO side.
Yes.
There is Little Chute.
Hmm?
There is Pittsville,
Yep.
and there is Minocqua.
Minocqua, yep.
Minocqua.
Mm-hmm.
Minocqua. Yeah. Like I said, the trick to pronouncing Wisconsin cities is just say them as they are spelled,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds ridiculous, except it's correct.
It's Oshkosh by gosh.
Oh, I've got this one, though. No, I don't think I realized that Owen Scoggins was from Los Angeles.
Eh, neither did I.
Weird.
Does have a very movie star quality to her.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it now that I know it. I'm like, yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. New favorite. New favorite disc golf name. Tiger Borth.
Yeah. She's all right.
Just on name alone, though, yes, absolutely. I feel like her tagline should be, oh God,
Tiger
what
Blood?
was that? No, I was gonna make a Star Trek joke, and now I'm not being good at my references.
Tiger Balm?
Oh man!
Shut up, Joe.
All right. I think we can all get Lindsay Fish's Wisconsin town name or city name. It's 2 words. It's spelled TWO. And the second word is RIVERS.
2 Rivers.
Any
That's
guesses?
That's over northwest, I think.
Sure. You could
Time to look it
probably
up.
tell me literally anywhere.
Yeah, I think you're right, Joe. If I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I've thought about that side of Wisconsin, though.
Oh boy, I just had a dumb moment.
2
I saw that
Rivers
there
was. Oh, it's just north of Manitowoc.
Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense.
It's north of Sheboygan
Yep.
by an hour ish. North of Milwaukee by an hour
Sheboygan.
and a half.
All right, I was really surprised for a second. I'm like, oh, there's 2 people from Universal City, Texas, and I look over and it's Valerie and Alexis. And I'm like,
Yes.
oh, that's
Oh,
yeah.
see, it's just south of Algoma, up by Sturgeon Bay,
Eh?
Alaska. It's over by Alaska, Wisconsin.
Joe, shut up.
There is Alaska, Wisconsin. It is.
I don't doubt you.
It's directly
Yes.
east of Green Bay.
There's also a Brazil, Indiana.
And a
And-
Cairo, Illinois.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's Eau Claire, Cameron. There we go. Spooner,
Right near Anna, Illinois.
So
Rice Lake.
anyway,
Yep.
keep your eye out for practice rounds and news going into worlds. I don't know why that felt like it came out right. What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The news going into news. It was good.
Yes.
Clearly, we need to wrap this one up because
We really do.
I
Oh,
think
man.
our words are starting to have word problems.
So keep
Words are hard,
your
man.
eye out for news heading into worlds.
Oh
Yes.
Alright.
god, there are people
Edit that
coming in
out.
from Finland.
Yep.
Oh god, nope. I'm not gonna even try.
Vinomakula. There's Vinomakula. There's Kristen Tatar.
Oh no, I was looking
He's
at
from
cities.
Estonia.
This is just
Oh.
Don't
Jyväskylä.
forget
Jyväskylä?
our new marketing deal that we really want to pitch to Kristen Tatar
Oh, yes.
and Katie Tati. It's the Katie and KT tape.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Their own brand of
thought we were
kinesio
gonna-
tape.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna like try to do some kind of like strange hungry man like frozen dinner meal. Like it was gonna be like tatar tots. This makes
No,
way
that's
more
so much
sense.
worse. That's so much worse.
So
Tot-
one of the other
tots tatar.
podcasts I listened
Tartar
to,
sauce.
they were struggling with words, and it was one of the
Was it our
time.
podcast?
No, it was a far more successful one.
Yes,
So
they
it was yours.
any of them.
they were talking about Kristen Tatar getting third, and they're just like, oh yeah, and Kristen Tatar. Wait, hang on.
Ooh,
He
not right.
totally just mushed it all together. It was just like Kristen Tatar in third. My brain just words.
That's why my dad did not want to, but my dad is a junior and he did not want me to be a third because he decided, or because in his words that too often gets shortened by a letter or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
So make sure to keep your eye out for news coming into Worlds. If it's like the other majors that we've had this year, there will be no shortage of drama.
For
Off the
one reason
course,
or another.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just can we please get through a major without like some
No.
major off-field or off-course
Or sort of
Story.
on. With Champions Cup, it was sort of both on and off.
Off. Yeah. No, that will not happen. It will be rife with some weird something or another.
Really quickly, dude, let's put bets on this.
Oh boy,
the drama going to be this year? Last year at Worlds, it was the
driving range.
Smith in the driving range. Champions Cup, it was the Paige Pierce,
Elaine King
drama.
Mm-hmm.
European Championship was
Nico. USWDGC seemed to get away with it.
I'm going to blame that on the fact that it wasn't a double major.
Yes.
So I suspect that US DGC will also not have drama with it.
The girls will still be there with the Throw Pink Championship, which is a major in every sense except for the name.
Does it count, though?
They play the USDGC course.
Okay.
Like it's just
majors, so. Circling back to Worlds, what's the drama going to be, Joe? Give us your prediction.
Everybody's going to be bitching about the OB.
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, I wish I would.
Because they already were doing it for the Dynamic Discs Open.
Yeah, but it's a different course now, isn't it?
Nope, same too.
Oh, I thought they totally redid.
Nope. So they're tweaking both of the courses based off of some feedback, but it's not like anything significant.
Ian, you got any guesses on what the off-course drama is going to be? It's going to overshadow the play?
I'm gonna go with a far left field. We're gonna get some corruption. We're gonna get some bribery up in here. Yeah, there's gonna some because there's been some bigger contracts coming out lately. There's gonna be someone who's gonna try to slip a little cash into someone else's hand, and it's gonna come out.
So when Ricky wins it, who is also sponsored by Dynamic Discs, and they're putting it on.
Now
there we go.
I'm not saying that Mr. McBeast not changing his name isn't going to eventually get caught in his... I can't even keep up with the bit. I'm sorry.
So hang on. I did hear on another podcast that McBeast is going through his longest losing streak.
Which
if he comes out on top, I called it.
From reading it different.
First.
I don't know. Did he... It could have ended today, as of time of recording.
Where were they playing today?
Des Moines Challenge in Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's not Midwestern pronunciation right there.
No.
Definitely not. It's
all the Des Moines Challenge.
It's the people who...
He did not
win. He did not.
Because one Mr. Simon Lazat did win.
In a playoff.
Against Robert Burridge.
Yes. Mr. Where was he? Holy crap.
Did he play? Oh, he did. He finished 16th. Make these.
Yes.
He was leading going into today.
Yeah.
Simon bumped up one. Burridge bumped up one.
That's rough.
Who was winning? I'm genuinely. Oh. That's not right. They had to DNF.
For our audio listeners, they're like, wait, did this turn into a weird low budget porn?
Yes.
Ricky dropped 20 spots today to not cash.
Yikes.
Yeah.
It looks like that playoff went 3 holes.
All right, I am so confused as to who was leading coming into today.
Round 2.
Boy, if I were a better disc golf podcast host, I would know these things. But
Well, preparation time.
I believe it was, no, it wasn't. Kevin Jones jumped 42 spots yesterday.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Had a really good day, and everyone else really
Simon
didn't.
That was winning.
Okay. Well,
Whatever.
I think that's good.
Yep.
And the playoff went 4 holes.
The FPO side, just to let everyone know who won, if you haven't seen it by now, was Tar Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
She
And
beat Evelina by 4
Evelina
strokes.
Salonen, who seemed to figure out her putting 71%.
There we go.
Ooh, nice.
One of my personal favorites came in third, Macy Veladiaz.
Mm-hmm. I really like her.
Yeah.
She's
Mertz
good.
finished fourth. Ooh, Paige is going in on a low note, going in tied for fifth. That said,
I think we should end it.
Yeah. Oh, my drama is I'm gonna go really, really
Ridiculous.
I'm gonna go with the wild card here and say that there is no off-field drama, but someone gets called for a weird penalty that will cost them
How
a
many
good chance at first.
How many streakers will be there?
Is that a thing?
Not yet.
Bill, what are you doing next week?
There's two
probably
now.
watching my football team lose, and not the Bears. Well, probably the Bears, but
It's preseason. Who cares about the Bears right now?
oh, that's right. There's still another week of preseason.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there's only 1 week. So used to there being 4 weeks of preseason.
Yep.
Well, regardless.
Yep. It's fine.
I have heard about the team that you normally watch, and yeah.
It's bad. It's so bad.
They do not sound like they are going to come out on top very often this year. So good luck to you. And I hope that we see you in the playoffs. Because
You
we are
won't.
in the same sectional.
So many
Oh,
that's what
man.
she said jokes that I
I
just
know.
gonna let lay on the floor there.
I know. I saw your face.
Oh, man. I think now that we have approximately an hour and 15 minutes of disc golf podcast with no disc golf content.
With about
this feels
15 minutes of that being disc golf, maybe, if we're being generous.
Oh, man.
I
So
mean,
I think
it
that
is a
concludes
half
this
in the bag.
episode.
Yes.
Yes, I think that concludes this episode. Ian, if they want to find more from you, more content from you, where can they find that other than your only fans?
They're more like lonely fans. But
No, we're talking about Ian, not you. Ian, where can we
Oh.
find you?
Oh, I thought we were talking about the flamingo. So you can find me over at twitch.tv/popperfresh. That's POPR Fresh. That's pretty much my handle wherever I am. So if you're looking for stuff there, the Twitch stuff is still kind of on a hiatus, but we'll probably be picking back up soon now that the school year is going to be starting for my kiddo, and things will kind of start to, what's the word I'm looking for?
normalize.
Normalize. Yeah, that seems like a good word. Stabilized. Yeah, that's a better one.
That too.
Anyway, yeah, that's me. Twitch. I stream stuff. Woohoo.
Business Daddy, where can they find more information from you?
Well, Twitter or Instagram at Joe's Disc Golf. The website, joesdiscgolf.com. Or YouTube at, youtube.com/Joe's Disc Golf. Not doing live streaming as much, unfortunately. Just work schedule, real life is getting in the way of that. So, and potentially a new date for the podcast to come out on Thursdays. Just because also I record now sometimes Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesdays usually. So I don't want it to sit for too long and then all of a sudden everything changes.
Totally different.
Yes. So I'd rather get it out and then be wrong and then correct it the week after to correct it the week after. And you see how podcasts work.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So you can also find this podcast in video format on Joe's YouTube channel, YouTube/Joe's Disc Golf. If you are watching this, want to listen to it, because you don't want to stare at our ugly faces, you can find it wherever you get your major podcasts, including Amazon now.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And
That's new.
yes, that is new as of this past week.
Last
Oh,
week?
geez.
I think so.
Oh man, I don't. That sounds right, because I feel like I mentioned it when I was uploading my other podcast. Which, if you like college football and you want to hear more from me, find One Nerd and One Jock College Football Talk podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We don't have a YouTube channel, but
Mm-hmm.
one of my other buddies and I, we talk college football. That comes out around noon every Tuesday, depending on which podcast hosting site you listen to.
Yeah.
So,
Right around then.
yes, you can also find that on Twitter, and you can find us on Twitter at Half in the Bag DG.
Mm-hmm.
There you can submit your discs of the week, which I think we already have one for this week. So go ahead and get your submissions in for next week or whenever, because we need submissions.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also ask your listener questions there. You can also send your listener questions in on our Anchor
Yes.
website, which is anchor.fm/
Half in the
Joe
bag
will put
DG.
it in the Half in the Bag DG,
Yep.
which will also be in the show notes, probably. Hopefully,
Probably.
maybe now that
Maybe.
I've committed Joe to it, our editor will have a fun time putting that in. Maybe, if he remembers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that concludes everything. Ian, thank you for taking the time to talk disc golf and everything else today.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure. I feel like we had a really great three-person conversation.
Uh-huh.
Oh, if you didn't go for it, I was going to do it. Joe, thank you for actually joining us this week, and thank you for all that you do for the podcast.
I do things sometimes.
Namely sponsoring the podcast, because,
Meh.
you know, we probably wouldn't be here without you.
Probably not.
So thank you for everything you do. Listeners and viewers, thank you for watching and listening and enjoying this podcast, hopefully. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Remember to always enjoy your rounds. Bye, everybody.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pet.
Bye.